Hi, I haven't been on in a while and my hair is looking great. Well, that's just because there hasn't been really any way for me to get it done because all the salons are closed here. So I'm kind of doing it myself these days, but so just a little update. You guys haven't seen me in a while. Things are going pretty well. I have a little bit of a stuffy nose just because it's allergy season, but I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about some of the new research on vitamin C and how we can take vitamin C to help us combat what's going on out there with this COVID-19. So many of you probably know that there have been studies that say that basically your body doesn't absorb more than 250 milligrams of vitamin C in a given time period. And just recently, about March 20th, 2020, there was a study that shows that the serum blood levels of people who take massive amounts of vitamin C orally versus those who take who get an IV vitamin C drip, actually there's no difference in how their body's absorbing the vitamin C. And so with that information, it also showed that more than 250 milligrams were getting into the dog. 250 milligrams were getting into, more than that, we're getting into the blood serum of people who were doing, who were listed in this experiment. So with that said, I'm going to go down a list of things that you can do to help you maintain a higher level of vitamin C throughout the day when we're dealing with this COVID-19. So vitamin C not only acts as what's called a redox agent, which means that it donates electrons, it donates electrons to help your body with its processes. It also is acting to help your body decrease inflammation. And so what COVID-19 can do to you is that it can create a way, basically what happens is your body starts fighting it, and therefore when your body is increasing the white blood cells to fight the disease, it kind of basically creates a large amount of heat and kind of inflammation in your body. And because this disease affects the upper respiratory system, it attacks the lungs. And what we're seeing now, and by the way, I'm not a doctor and I don't I don't diagnose or treat. This is just from research that I've been reading and I believe in. So basically, from my understanding, it's that the lungs basically the cells basically end up dying from this virus, and you're left with, as severe cases, they're left with holes in the lungs once they fight off the virus. So we don't want to get to that level. So if we can keep our immunity up and we can raise our vibration, we have a better chance of avoiding the pitfalls of what can happen when people can't fight this disease. So long story short, the way we can take this vitamin C is we can do it throughout the day. And the one that we're using here, and that's been recommended by some researchers, is, and I'm going to show this to you, is the Now brand NOW vitamin C crystals ascorbic acid pure powder. I'm going to show it to you. Here it is. I believe you can get it at most Whole Foods and online at Amazon if it's still available. What this is showing me is that just a quarter of a teaspoon is 1,000 milligrams. And so what we like to see in the research that we've seen about the absorption is that if you start to feel any symptoms, cold or anything like that, I don't know if you have it or not, but we want to start taking about 5,000 milligrams, which is about a teaspoon and a little bit, and then another fourth of a teaspoon, 5,000 milligrams. You can put it in water, mix it up. It actually tastes really good. I actually use a seltzer because it kind of tastes like a fun drink. Anyway, I love it. I think it tastes really good. And then basically every 30 minutes to an hour, you go ahead and take another 1,000. So you can keep doing that throughout the day until your symptoms subside. The other main thing that was brought to my attention in this research is that melatonin can play a key role in how vitamin C is absorbed through your cells. And we want to make sure that we have enough melatonin. Now, I'm not advocating people go out and take tons of melatonin, but when our bodies don't produce enough of it, then the ascorbic doesn't work as well in terms of helping our body maintain the function of the cells. So just be aware of that and know that you can take melatonin if you're trying to fight this disease, because it will help with the absorption of the vitamin C. So that's one of the key things that I wanted to take away. The other thing is, remember, get out in the sun, get grounded, get those electrons into your body, and do things that do not stress you out. And I know this is a really tough time for people. Everyone, there's a lot of people that don't have jobs right now. The country's shut down. But if we can keep positive and we can keep our spirits up and we can keep our vibrations up, you know, a lot of times maybe music or dancing or fun things, don't believe all this hype and get drawn into the negativity of the news and all the things that are happening around us that can lower our vibration. If we can get a higher vibration, we can really fight this disease. I mean, this viruses have such a low frequency, they enter our cells. And on an energetic level, if we can really just think about positive things and how we're grateful for whatever we're grateful for, then we can really have a better shot at getting out of this quickly and not succumbing to the fear, which is a very low energy, and just try to feel love and possibility and opportunity, because honestly, nothing in this world has changed in terms of the abundance that's out there. Okay, so businesses have shut down. This is temporary. All of this is temporary, and you're gonna see that this is just a way for us to reevaluate what's important in our lives and try to get back to the things that are meaningful and spiritual. And so I'm a really big advocate of that. I think it really helped me when I was sick, with the gadolinium, and just to know how your thoughts and affect how you perceive the world around you is so important. And some of these beliefs that we have embedded in our brains are maybe not serving us. I'm not saying they're not true. Our reality is what we make of it. So if it's not serving you and it's bringing you down, let's try to switch that around. Let's try to change why we have those perceptions if they're not serving us. I mean, you're creating this world that you're living in. You're creating what's happening to you, and you have the choice. And once you have the information, you can raise that frequency. There are also, so besides the vitamin C, I've been also doing some research on mushrooms. So mushrooms also have been shown to have antiviral properties. Now, I haven't dug deep, but I will tell you that we just got, I'm gonna go over and show you one of the mushroom products that we just got. And I'm not really a product person, but when you're dealing with something, this is a virus which we haven't seen before. So we really, don't have any immunity to it in terms of physicality. So with the flu, flu's been around for thousands of years. And as humans, we've evolved, and a lot of us have the ability to fight flu. But COVID-19, we do not have. And the only way to really physically get through this is to have herd immunity. And so people are going to have to get this, and God willing, they will get a very minor case. I hope nobody gets this and gets very ill. I mean, I'm hoping that we all as a human race can come together and increase our vibration in a way that we can stop the spread of this. But in terms of this is chemistry. I mean, this is not energy. This is chemistry that's happening, but we're using more natural substances. So, right now the way it's going is that the government's scaring us and putting the testing into the hands of the governments as opposed to your doctor. Once Abbott comes out with their new testing device, I think that things will get a lot smoother. Well, you'll be able to go to your doctor and get tested, and there will be treatments if you test positive, or there will be preventative measures that your doctor now, if all this information has come out, that will be able to give you, and then you can go home. Right now, we have kind of this mass hysteria and rushing to maybe the hospital when we don't need to. And while I'm aware that people are coming down with things where they can't breathe, they need to go to the hospital, and they should. And I'm not saying stay at home. I'm just saying that hopefully when all of the information comes to light, and when there are devices that can be used to test in doctor's offices or even at your home, which would be really great, I think that we will come out of this much stronger, and we will also understand how we can interact and help ourselves increase the way we fight diseases and not put them in the hands and our fate in the hands of other people, that we can achieve health and wellness in the face of something like this without doctors and hospitals. But just really quickly, so this is the mushroom extract that we just got over here. I can tell you that my husband has been sick for 2 weeks. We don't know if he had it or not. He had a lot of symptoms, but he did not, thank God, so far have the issue with the breathing. He did have that fever. He did have the tiredness. He had the sweating at the beginning, and then he developed this cough. We're still dealing with the cough, but we gave him tons of vitamin C. He actually also got IV vitamin C 2 times from one of the doctors that we have working with us. He also was taking massive amounts of vitamin C orally. I think that, and I just did the research on the mushroom, so I definitely think this is a huge deal, because I think people don't realize that they can help treat themselves with things that are not necessarily harmful. These are supplements that are on the market, and if you do the research, PubMed does have these studies saying that there are antiviral properties. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get that virus, which is encoded in protein. And the way the body works on a fundamental basis is that we have proteins that give information how our bodies are working. So this protein is the DNA from the virus, which isn't live, is encapsulated in a protein. The protein has receptors, and these receptors go ahead and use signaling to open up your cells, attach on, and then feed the inside of the DNA to your DNA, which replicates, and then your cell takes on the virus and then replicates. That's how it works. This is proven. And what these antivirals do is they make it harder for the protein that's encapsulating the virus to use the receptors to engage in the opening up of your cells and having the virus go into your cells. That's what an antiviral does. And so these mushrooms have been shown to help negate or impede that activity. So I just figure, why not? It can't hurt, doesn't cost that much money. And I think it's really been helpful. We started taking these a couple days ago, and then he really started getting better. But listen, this virus you need to take very seriously, because it does take hold of people that may even have very strong immune systems. And I think really, if we can raise our vibration and raise the feelings that we have, instead of competition and fear, to collaboration and love, we will strengthen our immune system even further than using these outside supplements, which we have shown to be somewhat effective. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's body works a little differently, and that's why certain things work for some people and certain things don't. And I'm not saying that this is a cure. I'm just saying we need to engage ourselves in a way that we are going to be more positive, look towards some things that have been some studies on them. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. And listen, if you have any questions, please comment. I'm going to go ahead and put this information out there. I hope this was informative, and this will also help increase the redox, so that'll help anyone that has the gadolinium issue as well. I am praying for all of you. I am praying for people to just take a couple deep breaths and know that whatever's going to happen is happening for a good reason, and we will all get through this. We live in one of the best places in the world, and I think that we can use this knowledge to help ourselves and help others. Thank you so much.